Prologue. It was getting late in the afternoon, and I was anxious for the day to end so I could head home from what had been another typical day working as a fiber optics engineer. I climbed into my Jeep, pulled out of the business complex where I worked, and headed toward my apartment. I was looking forward to a tall glass of iced tea and watching the sunset from my porch swing. My cell phone jangled. "Hello? Brian, have you seen the news yet?" I immediately recognized the voice as my older sister Rena's. "No, what's happened?" I asked. "Go turn on the TV," she insisted. "They've raided the FLDS compound in El Dorado, Texas." "What? You're kidding me, right?" "No, it's real. They've finally done it." Triumph pulsated through Rena's voice. "I'm on my way home right now," I said. "I'll have to check it out." "What started it? What charges are they using to go into the compound?" "There were several phone calls from a girl claiming to be 16 and being abused," she informed me. I promised to call her back once I reached my apartment and had turned on the news. Rena and I had performed this ritual on numerous other occasions in the past, as news broke about events surrounding the FLDS Church, its members, and especially its spiritual leader and prophet, Warren Jeffs. When a warrant was issued for the arrest of Warren Jeffs on charges of rape by accomplice, Rena called me. When Warren Jeffs made the FBI's 10 Most Wanted list and was featured on the TV crime program America's Most Wanted, again Rena called me. When Jeffs was arrested, put on trial, and convicted on 2 counts of rape by accomplice, Rena called me. With each call, we would bemoan events revealed in the media, our own struggles to break free from this cult, and the inability of law enforcement to prosecute the laws against polygamy in their state. When I turned on the TV and reached for the phone, I paused and watched in amazement as children were put on buses and taken into custody as wards of the state of Texas. A wave of fear from the past surged through me as I remembered how we lived our childhood in constant fear of a raid on our community, like the one in 1953 in Short Creek, Arizona, when my mother was pregnant with Rena. Because of that raid, we were taught to lie to conceal our family's relationships with each other in order to protect our father's identity as a polygamist. I remembered every time I slipped up and almost let the cat out of the bag, the fear of being the one responsible for launching another raid, the terror of police officers storming our home and snatching us away from our parents, from our home, from each other, and being forced to face the unknown future alone in a world that was completely foreign to us. For us, nothing was more frightening than being forced into a world that we were taught hated us and wanted to destroy us because we were God's chosen people. I nearly jumped out of my skin when my cell phone began to vibrate in my hand, even before swelling to a real ring. It was Rena again, wanting to know if I was home yet. From our separate homes, we watched the news together and commented on details as they unfolded, but our jaws dropped in amazement as the size and scope of this event seemed to increase exponentially. First, it was only 53 children taken, and then it was over 100, then 200, then 400. Where and when would it end? Suddenly, this had become the largest single raid of a polygamous community in history, almost doubling the size of the raid in 1953. My sisters, Rena and Laura, had been longtime advocates and activists in trying to get the government to take seriously the allegations of abuse going on within the FLDS Church. For 15 years they had been speaking out in the media and trying to bring attention to the problems that the government habitually ignored. In that moment, I had never been more proud of the state of Texas. Finally, someone was willing to do the right thing, to put their necks on the line and fight for the victims of the FLDS Church's rampant abuse of young girls.